Since our last video on the 11th of October, American Battery Technology has seen its share price fall over 85%. In today's video, we're going to do a recap. What has happened with American Battery Technology over the last 9 months and whether or not this is a company that you should be investing in. Welcome back everyone to Buy, Hold, Sell. It has been a long time since we have covered American Battery Technology. We're going to do a whole entire refresh on exactly what this company is about, whether or not I am still invested in the company, whether it is an investment opportunity that should be taken seriously. There is a lot to get through. American Battery Technology Company is based in Reno, Nevada, and it focuses on both the recycling of lithium-ion batteries and the production of primary battery metals. The company is at the forefront of developing technologies for a circular battery supply chain, which is critical for the electric vehicle and renewable energy sectors. Now let's look at a high-level summary of the last 9 months. American Battery Technology listed on the NASDAQ exchange on September 21st, 2023, marking a significant milestone for the company and enhancing its access to capital markets. In the first quarter of the fiscal year 2024, ABAT reported substantial financial activities, including securing additional US Department of Energy grants and expanding its commercial operations. The company has made significant strides in battery recycling, achieving over 115% of its design rate at its recycling facility and manufacturing large quantities of recycled battery metals. Not only that, American Battery Technology has also successfully manufactured lithium hydroxide from its Nevada-based claystone integrated demonstration facility, a critical material for battery production. The company also continues to advance its commercial scale hydromolecular battery recycling facility, leveraging in-house development technologies and expertise. Some of the expertise that are helping this are people that worked on the Tesla Gigafactories. That kind of gives you the idea of the team that Ryan Meltzer, the CEO of American Battery Technology, is actually bringing in. The expertise is strong. American Battery Technology has been awarded several competitive grants over the period from the US Department of Energy. These include a $20 million project to develop advanced battery recycling technologies and $115 million project to build a commercial scale lithium manufacturing facility. The company has also received $40.5 million tax credit to accelerate the construction of its next battery recycling facility, further supported by over $70 million in Department of Energy grants. We've talked about it before. Ryan Meltzer has done really good at shaking people's hands. He is in the right place at the right time to get the best deals possible, and that is something that you have to look at fundamentally as a very strong point. The company is also engaged in strategic partnerships with organizations such as DuPont and the University of Nevada, Reno to enhance its technology development and commercial scalability. The company is not only thinking about sustainable futures and a greener future for everyone, it's also trying to harness the best creative minds for the next generation. The company is committed to sustainable practices, implementing advanced recycling technologies to reduce their environmental impact. The company's efforts are aligned with the broader goals of reducing greenhouse gas emissions and minimizing the environmental footprint of battery production. That is one of the sort of negatives that come along with it. People say, well, you're doing this great thing of recycling and saving all the energy, but you're having to spend all that energy to do it. So it's about finding a way that is sustainable, and that is why this is one of the top things that American Battery Technology are trying to do.
Extreme demand in the US and abroad. I mentioned over 20 battery plants under construction right now, about of similar size to the Tesla Gigafactory outside of Reno. Dramatic demand. Right now we are supply limited. And again, large factories to build vehicles and cells. But the limiting factor really is how to source those materials, how to do it at low cost, how to do it domestically, how to do it at low impact. And we really do see there is a demand from the final customer to have recycled content, to have domestic content. So we're working to scale up 2 commercial scale factories right now, one for our battery recycling division and one for a different type of process we've developed, where we can actually manufacture a battery-grade lithium product from a Nevada-based resource that we own in Central Nevada.
Well, I appreciate it's very difficult to wrap up 9 months in a short presentation like that, but that is kind of what the company is all about. You can see it's doing the right thing, it is future focused, it's bringing in the right expertise, and better yet, the governments, the Department of Energy specifically, They're the ones that are backing them. Now, we do have something coming up down the road, which will be the presidential election, which is going to be more than likely a Trump victory. And what that could mean, because we do know his previous run, he was a bit more focused on the oil mining and things like that, but he is about making America great. And what I've always said, and they're one of the reasons why I have invested in American Battery Technology, or ABML as it was at the time. We've been in this company now for 4 odd years. This is a stock that I believe does the right things. It has America in its name. It's doing it within house. It's going to create its own lithium factory, its own recycling factory in-house, i.e. all within America. That is why I believe they're getting the grants and the support to create this state-of-the-art facility. Now, I did say at the start of this video, the company has fell 85% since October, and it's a lot worse if you strip it back even further than that. So what has this great company with all this funding and grants, well, why has it deteriorated so much? Despite significant grants and funding, ABTC has faced financial strain for the fiscal year to date, which ended in the 31st of December 2023. Cash used for operations was 7.4 million, which was in line with previous years, but reflecting ongoing high operational costs. Now, there's certain things you have to factor into that. We've had crazy inflation. Interest rates are a lot higher than what they were when we first started investing in this company. Growth companies need cash. Growth companies want to grow. That's kind of what they're about. They're growth companies. To grow, you need to take out loans. And if you're taking out a loan at a higher interest rate, well, straight away, you're going to struggle to be able to grow because you've got these debts that need paid. It is much harder to lend money. And this is one of the key reasons why the share price has tanked hard. It's because the company has issued senior secured convertible notes for up to $51 million, indicating a need for additional capital to support its growth and operations. In other words, dilution. And we're in some companies that unfortunately are in this trap. When you need to dilute shareholders to raise funds, whether fundamentally you believe it's the right thing, you want to support your company, it's going to hurt the share price. If you dilute something, it gets weaker. Share price has gotten a lot weaker. Rapid expansion and commercialization of its first-of-a-kind technologies present operational risks. Reliance on strategic partnerships and government grants could impact the projects if there are changes in policy or funding availability. We've already touched on it. Huge presidential election coming up here in a matter of months, and that is going to definitely change the landscape, either positively or negatively, for American battery technology. Now, if we look at actually how the stock market performed when Trump was in power, everything rallied hard. It was one of the best boom periods of all time. Now, is that factored in because of all the stimulus checks that were put out? Absolutely. I highly expect it not to be as good, but it could mean a stock market rally. It could mean rebound. Now, we've covered it on the Discord and all the different chats about how beaten down the market is. Small caps, medium-sized caps, growth companies, all of that, they have been in a bear market for about 18 months. That is a substantial amount of time. And if you look at average bear markets, that is actually quite unprecedented. Now, there is the counter that, well, the general market's not in a bear market. Yes, and I take that point, but we know that it's sort of the Magnificent Seven, the big companies of the likes of Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla. These are the companies that are pushing the market to new highs. So you have to really sit back and consider all this. Are we near a bottom with ABTC? Well, if we look at the share price, we can see it has been brutal, and we're a long way from the previous highs of $61. In my last video on the 11th of October, we said, look, news can come out at any time. Chances are we're going to see $6. That's where the trend was going. We did see $6. We fell below $6. That was going to be hard to get above. We tried to get above that at the end of the year in December. Unfortunately, we got rejected. We have since fallen down, and then with some of the more dilution and news that has come out and the capital raises and interest rates going up, it is understandable for me why ABAT has fallen so much, because it's in line, in my opinion, with the wider market. And on the year, it doesn't get much better, 84%. And we can see here just how the chart has performed. It is horrible. We're virtually at the lowest share price this company has ever been at, which is just incredible when you think of the progress. And there has been good progress, there's no doubt about it. You can see the plant, and we'll get into all of this in other videos. I don't want to get into it too much. I just want to let you know that I am still invested in ABAT, and I have not taken any money out since my last time that I updated you. I knew when interest rates were going to go up, all these companies were going to die effectively. They're going to be brutal. We've seen companies even go bust. I don't foresee American Battery Technologies going bust. I just do not see it. I think this is going to be one of the ones that survive, and I actually think it'll come out the other end a lot better for it. Now, interest rates should start turning. I believe small caps, growth companies will start rebounding soon. There's plenty of value out there. The market cap is only 66 million. That is ridiculous for what is available, but we've seen this with other companies, and we'll have a look at some of the financials in the next earnings report in detail, but we can kind of see where money's coming in and where money's going out. And for me, it's just about riding this hard time out, getting the election over with, and hoping that things will start rebounding by the end of the year. It's been about a year since I bought any American Battery Technology. I've obviously been updating the Discord. We have the live Twitter feed coming in with information, and the guys have been chatting about it, but I've been very quiet. I just don't see anything worth investing in right now because of how the share price is going to react. The company is getting a lot better. Fundamentally, it's a lot stronger, in my opinion, than what it was 9 months ago. I think that's safe to say. However, the risks remain. Cash is tight, and this is going to be a difficult one for them to ride out. But they will, in my opinion, ride it out. And I'm going to start buying into this now, having waited for the crash, if you wanted to call it, to finally ride out. Now, what I'm going to be waiting on is a reversal. And it won't be just a reversal on the day chart, because that can come and go. I'm going to wait on either a huge fundamental news, but ideally I'm going to be looking at the weekly chart. And if we look at the weekly chart here, the last time we kind of almost broke it was around that December period when we tried our best to get above. We couldn't. It's been bearish ever since. We haven't been in a bull market on this since March 23. If we look at the RSI, we're massively oversold. And if we even strip it back here, we can see the volume. There's a lot of people buying at these prices because it's virtually bottomed out. It cannot really go any lower. Yes, 10, 15, 20%. Of course it could. I'm not saying that it won't. But what I'm saying is, buying at these levels, you're probably not going to do wrong for a long hold. So I'm looking to bring my average price down. Thankfully, in the last videos, we talked about the cup and handle and the different trading. And if you just want to know about how my trading went, I sold massively in advance of all of this happening. It's all well documented in the previous videos. Feel free to check them out. That is the video. If you can subscribe, leave your comments down below. I appreciate there's going to be a hell of a lot of stuff that I have missed out. I couldn't possibly wrap up 9 months in a 10, 15 minute video. Leave your comments down below. What's on the horizon, guys? What have we got to look forward to? User in the Reddit forums, user in the Facebook groups. I have literally been reading updated news as it comes through from American Battery Technology. I do not have the insight anymore into all the groups. So I'm going to start getting back into it, and we'll start looking into everything. But as I've always said, and as we've learned with other companies, you're better looking at the company releases, looking at what the share price does. There is a lot of FUD, a lot of people talking nonsense about this company, and I am sure there's been a lot of people in these groups that have talked a lot of good talk over the last 9 months. But one thing, and one thing's only has happened: the share price has continued to fall. And for me, now is the time to start looking at this company seriously.